Hey guys, Rob here with South Florida Builds. Just getting ready to take the boat out. This time out, we're going to go ahead and have a lot more people on board. We're going to have probably about 750 pounds of people and gear on board, which should give us a whole nother top speed we can work off of with this Yamaha 25 4-stroke. Last time with just me and Aaron on board, we got 22 miles per hour. So we'll be able to see what we're going to get this time. All right, well, let's go ahead and get her out. All right, here we go. Captain is at the helm. And we're technically allowed to run a little speed through here, but let's just get a small speed idea around here. Just get us up on plane here and see what happens. I don't know what our speed is right now, but I'm guessing it's real slow. They're fine. And there is our cavitation. Cavitation there. I saw him turning. So the boat definitely handles quite differently with more weight on board, for sure. All right. So I think what we've learned here is that a 20 would definitely not get it done with any more than 3 people on board, for sure. So we're gonna go explore a little more and then we'll get back to you guys. Just spotted a bris inflatable over here at the Sandbar. Just swinging for a little closer look. See a lot of ribs out here, but often you don't really too often see sibs other than ours. I couldn't help but notice you can't miss the black of the bris. He's kind of got it rigged out pretty good, kind of like us. That's pretty cool. This is the Fort Lauderdale Sandbar. Everybody's here partying, doing their thing. Because black would burn your ass. It also is it sucks up the sun, so it affects, just as I did in my last video, it affects the pressure quite a bit. The tubes get hotter, so the pressure increases more and then decreases more as the ambient temperature cools down. The lighter gray of our boat keeps the temperature more regulated. There you go, bris in the wild. There it is. But he's just a 15-4. I'm 17 foot. No big deal. Such an ass. All right, guys. This is what they like to call Party Cove here in Fort Lauderdale. It's just at the end of one of the runway ramps. And it's a little mangrove cove here where people come to beach up and party. This boat in front of us is way too big to be in here, and I don't know what he's thinking, because he's gonna run out of depth real fast. Matter of fact, he's going so slow I have to put it in neutral right now, maybe even reverse, get out of the way of this kayaker, because this guy does not belong in here. I don't know what he's thinking, where he's thinking he's going. Sorry, guys. Guy doesn't know where he's going over here. That boat is gonna bottom out in about a minute and a half down this canal here. He'll figure it out. Or not. I think we're gonna put in right about there. Looks like a good spot, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right. So we're here set up in Party Cove, as they call it. There's an actual state park name for this, but I don't remember the name of it. I never remember the name of any of these boat ramps or these parks, but we've been here once before with the boat, and it does very well here. Very easy to just pull up and throw an anchor in. Right on the other side of this berm here, this dune, is the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean here. And one of the runways for the airport is right over there, so the planes come right in over our head here. But with the exception of the extra weight really affecting our top speed dramatically, the boat is way more stable as a result. It doesn't bounce around nearly as much as it normally does. It's more planted in the wakes. And a lot of these areas that we normally go in are no wake zones anyways, so it doesn't really make that big a difference to us. It does make for a nicer ride when we're just cruising around, but yeah, the top speed, I don't know until I review this video, because I had the GPS running to see what the top speed is myself. I have no idea, but I imagine I'm going to say it's probably like 12, 13 miles an hour maybe, somewhere in that ballpark. It really got knocked down quite a bit. It's also about the weight distribution. Something else I noticed is, if you noticed, the floor is kind of popped up here. It's because the support braces have slipped back and they're no longer being effective in this area. It's not hurting anything, it's not bothering us, but I noticed there's the bend in the floor here right at the joint, and it's not really being effective at holding everything steady at this point. So it is something I did notice, but not the end of the world, just more annoying than anything else. Part of me says this isn't even the joint, it might actually be the floorboard that's kind of bent a little bit under pressure. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. We've been through a lot of wake in this boat, but it definitely doesn't look right, for sure. But other than that, it still runs just fine. Everything's going good. It seems like this is the joint here, and this would be the joint here. But I can't say for sure. It's hard to say. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Otherwise, it's rock solid. Everything's, you know, running the way it should. It's just something that I noticed while we were underway that I'd never noticed before, and it's a little weird. The seats and the new brackets and everything are all holding firm, no issues. And the second set of cup holders is more than welcome. That's it for now. We're gonna party a little bit, hang out, and have some fun. We'll get back to you guys later. Party Cove. Apologize for the music in the background. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. It's South Florida. But there she is. Right alongside the big Yamahas, Scarabs. She holds her own just fine. Now I understand where guys will put like a 40 horsepower on these things, two-stroke. They're loud, but the bottom line is, when you have passengers and stuff aboard, you put weight in the boat, it dramatically affects its ability to run at speed quite a bit. I knew it would affect it a little bit, but I had no idea just exactly how much it would affect it, and it's pretty dramatic. It's a huge difference. Just 2 more people in the boat. It's crazy. I'm also not running a battery for the electric start. I'm not running that. It's just unnecessary. This motor pull starts so easy. It just doesn't make any sense to run the battery. So that saves a bit of weight there. We've got 2 mini coolers. That's it, man. It's just really just people weight. I think it's just the hydrodynamics of the SIB boat that really make the biggest difference. It just doesn't have the ability to glide as easily as the fiberglass boats, so it just, you start putting weight in it, it really starts to drag quite a bit. Whoop! Somebody pulling in here. Pop out of the way.
Why'd she shout like a bird?
That's our friend from earlier, because I think he realized that he's got nowhere to go down that end of this river. It just gets shallower and shallower. If he's coming in here,
Put my hands on the ground and flip over.
pull my boat out of the way here a little bit. See if he can get it in here. It's a busy place.
Oh, okay. Straight.
Alright, let's see. Park this sucker.
That was really good. You did it.
Like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just keep mine from drifting here. It's a tight squeeze. For sure.
Where's the thing?
I would not want to be him trying to park a boat of that size in here, that's for sure.
Where's the metal detector?
Just the stress of it.
Oh,
There
here it
you
is.
go. You gotta hold it straight up and wait for you. There you go. You know how to do it.
Sorry.
Alright, well, let's see what this guy can do.
How'd they get it from there? It's too big.
Funny part is it's not even that big a boat, but I guess for in here it is. That's what's killing it. Thrusters. There's a lot of boat coming at us. This is very unpleasant. Nice job. Stressful moment, but nice job nonetheless. On a side note,
It's your earwax.
thank you.
You're welcome.
On a side note, I don't know if you guys have ever tried this website called flightradar24.com. Here, I'll do it for you. Flightradar24.com. You can actually track all live flights that are all over the world and track them. There you go, it's on now. And track them wherever they go, and it's pretty cool. The other night, I tracked a flight that took off from Fort Lauderdale, flew right over this very cove here, banked to the north, flew over my mother-in-law's house in Lakeland, Florida, and then over a famous site that I know of, another gentleman that lives in Lake Ackworth in Georgia, and then continued on all the way up to, I think it was Nashville, flew into Nashville. And it was pretty cool, and I had to monitor the whole flight. I really have no life, at least not that night, but it was pretty cool. And it's interesting to know that these planes that are flying right over our heads as we're sitting here are those flights that I monitor on the, thank you very much, monitor on this website. It's something cool. All right, guys.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna kick off here for a little bit. We'll get back to you.
Oh wait.
All right, so we're gonna go venture over this berm here to where the ocean's at. I've never been over here. The girls have all been over here. I haven't been over here once, so I want to see what's going on.
Well, I've never been on the other side.
But you haven't?
No,
All right.
Half, but
Let's see here. I'm curious. I want to see what's going on. So like you come up the berm from where all the boats are at, you can see the ocean's right there. This little trail here. And then right here, beach access. Christian Jacobs Coral Reef Ecosystem area. Let's see. All right, pretty cool, man. cool. Looks like it's a little private beach area here. Compared to the rest of Fort Lauderdale, it'd be a zoo right now, but oh, look at that. A cruise ship going out the inlet there. That's pretty cool.
So that's how they go in.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
Wow.
It's like a little private beach. If you don't have a boat, you couldn't get here, right? It's pretty neat. Very cool. Imagine if you sat here long enough, you see all the ships come and go, but you know, I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool. All the years I've lived in Florida, I've never been here, and I've never sat here and watched a ship go out at the port. And I think it's really cool. You can see all these jets coming overhead. It's pretty neat. Makes me wonder where they're headed. All these jets, all these people on them going out into the world. Where are they headed? Since my camera is waterproof here. Wow, the water is a little cooler on this side. Oh, who knew? See if I don't get my butt bitten off by some giant ocean beast. I couldn't tell you the last time I was actually in the ocean, to be honest with you. This is the first time I've probably been in the ocean, and I don't know how long. I'm not a big beach guy, despite living right next to it. Never know what's coming out of these waves here. But hey, for you guys, wow, look at this. Waves are pretty strong all the way out here. Look at me like I'm nuts. Like, what are you doing out here? It's a good shot of the ship, though. Look at all these planes lifting off. There's a series of them. Cool. Sorry for the movement of the camera. The waves are pretty strong out here. That's a pretty cool shot, I think. Whew. Here's a big one. Wow, that was pretty big. Came out of nowhere. All right, time to go back in. Hey, it's slammed by that one. Holy crap, okay. Back to the boat. This is actually pretty cool here. The giant freighter coming in. Wow, look at the size of that sucker. It's huge. You realize how big these ships are until you get right up on them. Pretty cool. I guess that tugboat's pulling from the back, I guess slowing them down. There's another one in the front, I'm guessing, that we can't see. No, I guess not. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Well, you know.
Is it personal footage?
What can you do? Can't monetize everything, right? That's pretty cool, though. Pretty awesome. Pretty rad, man. All right, thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to put that on our footage here. All right, guys, so we segued back to another one of my infamous garage shots here. Got back, got the boat cleaned up and hosed down and all that, and here we are the next day, and I wanted to review with you guys the end result of our little journey there. First of all, we did look at the GPS footage, and it ended up being, very briefly, 14 and for like a split second, 15 miles per hour top speed with everybody on board, but the steady, constant speed ended up being 12. That was it. So we lost 10 miles per hour for the extra 2 passengers, so basically 5 miles per hour per passenger. But as I noted in the video earlier, when I was regarding the floor on the boat, this is my findings now. This is the joint here, as you can tell by the fatter seam. And this is the joint here with this fatter seam, right? This is not a joint. The floorboard actually bent up, and that includes the entire side bracing. Bent up right there on both sides. I'm gonna say a good 1.5 inches higher. I have no explanation for how that happened. That's the only place it happened, but it's a pretty considerable lift. Could be a defective floorboard, or I don't know. I've had one of these boats before. I've never had that happen. And as you can see, the support bracket isn't even holding. It's not even in there. I'm gonna have to bend this back down and get it back into shape. It is quite possible that we hit a wake just right, or something happened where that got knocked out and bent, and then it created a divot in the keel of the boat. As we talked in my last video about how critical inflation was on these boats, to have the maximum recommended pressure and with the keel to be as hard as possible to create that the whole bottom of the boat, to make it, you know, solid, so that you didn't get cavitation with the motor. So I'm thinking this has created kind of a hook in the keel a little bit, where it could have very possibly affected the top speed considerably. I'm gonna air it down, and while it's on the trailer, just kind of jump up and down on it, see if I can bend it flat again, and see if we can rectify that, because that's no bueno. Again, you know, it's not the end of the world. For 90% of what we did with the boat, it didn't affect it, because we just cruised. You know, like I said, it's no wake zones most of the place we've gone, but you know, that folded up pretty good. The positive part of this deal is that Boats to Go is local to me, and they are a brick and mortar, unlike Briss where everything's done online. So if I had to drive down there to get a replacement floor panel, it's not the end of the world. And I could certainly bring it to them and show them the footage if I needed to see if I can get some warranty out of it. But I'm not nitpicky like that. You know, I'm sure I probably, you know, I have custom seats in here that are pushing against the tubes and all that, and that could have possibly affected. I don't know. I don't see how it would have, but it could have. I've modified the boat. I'm doing things that are not, you know, exactly the way the boat was meant to be. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, you know, the floorboard's defective. Nah, I got stuff in here that's pushing on the tubes and stuff, could have caused that. So I'm not going to cry about it. Just going to bend it back, make sure that I get my new seat brackets and stuff in a stable position where they're not affecting that. Air it up to good pressure next time. Just keep an eye on it. I do and have. However, had a plan for this boat from the very beginning about making this floor in this boat way more rigid. And this is specifically something that I had in mind for boats like mine that are the larger boats that you are never going to break down again. You're going to just put them together, you're going to put them on a trailer, and that's it. And if you do break it down, it'll just be every rare once in a while. My plan was to get 1x2 aluminum bar stock, right, and run a spine on each side, going from back all the way forward to the front aluminum floor panel here, and have them bolted into the floor panels to make it a rock solid, rigid spine going from front to back. And then I found on eBay you can even get those little plastic the 1x3 plastic end caps that just push in so you don't cut your foot on it or anything, have any rough edges. That would rectify this from ever happening again, and also make the boat way more rigid, almost rib-like rigid in a way. Well, maybe not rib-like rigid, but a lot more rigid. It's going to give no flex. You're not going to have the floorboards moving at all once I do that. And that was something I was planning to do, because there is another customization that I had planned for this boat down the road that I'm not ready to pull the trigger on yet, because it's going to be considerably expensive, but was going to require that mod for me to do it. So I'm not going to reveal what that is just yet, because it might not happen. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this situation here, and go probably do those rigid spines down the hull of the boat here, down the floor of the boat rather, and that'll stop that from ever happening. Because I do like these seats, I really do, and if that's what's causing it, then it's a compromise, and I don't want to lose my seats, because I like them. They're very comfortable. It did very well for me when we were out the other day. I enjoyed having the back support, and I do like to stand as well when I'm driving at some point, but when I sit, it's nice having the actual seat like the rest of these guys up here. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to do that final update on the video to sign off with, and as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in a future video. All right, guys, bye-bye.